here we go. Let's start our countdown. In spot number 10, we got time for our project managers. In most cases, when you're doing a deployment, you will do the training waves for lean practitioners and for the green belts, and all of their training sessions should be actually linked to a project. So each green belt gets a project, each lean practitioner gets a lean project, and what happens after the training? They come back to work and they have backlogs because they were specific days and specific hours out of the business in order to take part of the training. And once they return, they got so many things to do, so many mistakes to correct, and so many emails to reply that they find it very hard to start with their project. Their project is supposed to take about 10 to 15% of their time after the training, but in most cases, their manager says, BAU is first priority. Please do your work and make sure it's up to date. Then, once they have overcome this backlogs and they are back into their BAU, and then it's again a challenge to say, when is now the time going to be that I'm going to now dedicate to my projects? And it could be maybe 4 weeks later when they really start to initiate it. And when they start with it, then at times colleagues or the team leader or the department head will say, well, what are you doing now? Why are you not available in certain hours during the day? And they say, well, I'm working on my project. And they say, well, you should be then doing your BAU. That's priority. And then again, they are sucked back into their daily business and they do not have the possibility to move forward with their projects. And then what happens after 2, 3, 4, 5 months? The project is forgotten. Nobody even remembered that they even started a project. And the problems that we still have in our process are still there. And we are still fixing the defects. We are still doing long total lead times. We are still have those backlogs. And then they start thinking, well, weren't you working actually on a project in order to reduce these defects? Weren't you working on reducing total lead time? And how come you did not finish that project? What actually happened? And then they think, well, it's actually Lean Six Sigma does not fit because we did not see the results. But the real root cause behind it was that the green belt and the lean practitioner did not have the time to dedicate to their project. And that is a discipline that we should have in order to know there's specific hours that our trainees will have time to work on their goals for their projects. When it comes to black belts, it's a different situation because in most cases, a black belt is working 100% as a project manager. But if you have a black belt that is working to become a project manager and is not yet full-time, then it could be a similar situation as with the green belts. Looking back, I've seen it more between the lean practitioners and the green belts because they are the ones really doing this as part-time. So if you want to avoid doing this mistake, then do not forget to dedicate the time and make it a priority that they can fulfill their project, because once the project is over, then you will see that the defect rates will go down. You will see that the total lead times will decrease, and therefore you will have a much better process and there will be less backlogs and there will be less issues. So it really is important that we invest the time for the projects.